If you can avoid square foot pricing contracts or contractors come out and tell you that they can build your home for $125 a square foot or a room addition, then you should probably, and again, I can't stress this enough, you should probably pass on that because there is a lot more to building a new home or remodeling an older home than can be foreseen in any type of square foot pricing. For example, if you're building or remodeling a two-story home, the contractor might not take into consideration that you want solid oak stair parts instead of paint grade. And this is a no-brainer with this square footage stuff. They might not know whether or not you want expensive plumbing fixtures, faucets, shower valves, tile, bathtubs, and of course windows. So realistically, we've got to come to the conclusion that these people are only going to be guessing, and that's all it is when it comes to square foot prices. They don't know what type of skylight you want to put in just by whipping out a square footage price. They don't know what type of trim, how thick the drywall, are you going to use 5/8 or half inch? Which brings us to our next problem. It shows their inexperience. Anyone who just throws out a square footage price obviously hasn't taken everything into consideration, and that's the point I'm trying to drive home here. Even when it comes to windows, are you going to put a regular window in? Is it going to be a bay window, a window that cost $50 or a window that cost $5,000? Next up on the list is the biggest problem of all, is that you as the consumer will be taken advantage of. Now here is the biggest reason why. Most contractors, let's say a contractor who really isn't efficient at estimating, bids a job, it's a house, it's a two-story house, and he figures out that it cost him $175 a square foot to build the last house, and he lost money. Then there's a good chance he's going to charge you a little more. Let's just say $200 a square foot. Even though your home is different, it's going to have lower quality items, let's just say, and inexpensive items that are going to cost a little less than the previous home. But this contractor doesn't have the ability to figure everything out and won't be able to make the necessary adjustments. So in the long run, what usually happens with these square foot prices is the contractors overbid the jobs considerably. And some of these people end up making anywhere between $10,000 and $100,000 extra per job, because they don't know what they're doing. They've got to cover themselves in one way, and this is the way they do it most of the time. Last but not least, always get 3 bids, 3 good bids, not just 3 bids. And don't ask your contractor for a reference either. If you're using one of the contractors to bid your job, don't ask them if they know any other contractors, because there's a good chance they're going to send you one of their friends or someone they might have already worked out some type of a deal with. And I'm not about to suggest that all contractors are shady. I'm not going to say that at all. For the most part, I have worked with a lot of good contractors. But if you don't listen to the advice in this video and you figure, I'm just going to wing it and do it on my own, then be warned, because you could run into one of these individuals who takes you to the cleaners, and the bigger the job, the more it's going to cost. So remember this: always get 3 good bids, not just 3 bids from any yahoo. They've got to be within 15% of each other before you can actually qualify them as good bids. For example, if you have one bid at $10,000 and another bid at $11,000, there's a 10% difference there. If you have a third bid at $15,000, then you've got a big difference. Realistically, you've got a 50% difference in the one bid between the 10 and the 15. You would need to get a fourth bid. That's all I'm suggesting. If there is a big price difference, then it wouldn't hurt to get another bid just to see what's going on.